Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Jaws versus Boats. It is from National Geographic, of course. It's a 44-minute documentary. It's from 2022. I don't think it exists on IMDb. The only thing that comes up is "need a bigger boat." I don't know if they had to change the name, for rights issues, because Jaws is, fairly associated with that Steven Spielberg film. We haven't really used that term technically prior to that film releasing in 1975. So I don't know, but either way, so if you look it up, I'm gonna choose that and see what I see. There's no cast listed, but it's the same picture, so it is the same thing. So what we got here is another one of those shark documentaries. So many of them come out over the years. I put these to rest because there were so many of them that I would eventually just watch some of them occasionally. Well, I'd choose a day and I'd watch 5-10 minutes of a series of shark documentaries on one day. I think that episode was an hour and a half long. I can't imagine watching that. I can't imagine anybody else would watch that. It would be excruciating. But I made it anyway, because I was sick of having 3 shark documentaries every week, due to there being so many of them. There's more shark documentaries than Marvel films, easily, on Disney Plus. But as we're running down the clock on the last few months of this series, because I'm gonna run out of stuff on Disney Plus to watch, I decided to add the last few back to the list from 2025's Sharkorama, whatever they call it, and so now I'm watching this. So we get to follow a bunch of scientists who know all about sharks and why sharks attack boats. It's a lot of times people will put out videos and they'll create viral moments, and that's pretty much a common theme in this documentary about how people try to make a big deal and they get views off of that. It's usually something that people intentionally do to attract sharks, not so much that they just randomly come at you and mess with you. In fact, a lot of times you'll find that there's a bait bag or something like that they have dangling off the side of the boat, and then there's a bunch of guys just going, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, so if you ever see a shark attack video, odds are that's what you're watching. But they do attack boats from time to time. It's a little bit more scarier when you have just like a kayak or something much smaller than, say, a bigger 3-engine boat or something. They actually go after the engines. They go after anything that's kind of making a vibration, that's making noise, but also pulsing, because sharks have the ability to, I don't know, sense all that kind of stuff. And they figure, well, hey, that maybe there's food in that direction. Because to them, I guess, a little bit of it is similar to kind of noises that the kind of prey that they're into would make to a certain degree, or maybe it's much more intense than they would expect. So, if the actual prey is at a 3, but a boat comes through and that's like an 8, 9, and it's really strong, they're heading right toward it, and they end up just chomping on engines or boat bodies. And there's so much footage in this showing them capturing sharks, taking blood samples, and doing all sorts of just research on what they eat and why they eat it, and is it all just a bait, or is it actual sea creatures that they actually go over, depending on the type of shark. There's great white footage. There are sun sharks. There are just all sorts in this thing. So if you're into sharks, obviously this is going to be one more thing that you might find some interest in. So understand, they're not necessarily coming for you if you're in a boat, they're not even necessarily coming for the boat. They're coming for the vibrations and the activity that is coming off of the engines for that boat. Or, very often, more than not, it's the bait you got dangling off the side of the boat. So, that's all I can really tell you about that. These shark things are fairly self-explanatory. But here's one more, and it talks to you about how they all work why they attack boats. So let's pick tomorrow's episode. 21. 21. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. This is interesting. This is a series. We don't have a whole lot of series left, but this is a unique one. This is coming from Japan. This is an animated series. I'll just show it to you. Disney's Twisted Wonderland, the animation. They tend to make these titles kind of clunky and awkward, but if you ever wanted to see known Disney characters, villains and kids, from what I understand, from what I've seen of this stuff, it is kind of like Descendants. Again, don't it's not as say wholesome, I guess, as Descendants. It's also not live action, but it is very anime. It's very anime looking. So yeah, you got next generations of heroes and villains, I guess, or maybe it's just villains. I'll find out when I watch it. But I've seen some of their stuff from time to time, but I've never actually watched an episode. So this will be new for me. Disney Twisted Wonderland, the animation. We'll watch at least one episode. I think it's a series. Yeah. Watch on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.